Hey, Michael Tebow here. Done for you marketing systems with this week's edition of Mike's Marketing Minutes. Thanks so much for stopping by. I hope you're having a great week. I'm having a really good week because I'm helping facilitate a mastermind group this week, yesterday and today. Super excited. I know some of you actually are in that group. It's a group of high-level restaurant owners and auto repair shop owners throughout the United States and Canada. And I always learn a lot myself when I'm doing these mastermind sessions, and it's a great way for me to stay in touch with our clients. And yesterday we talked about the life of an entrepreneur and getting things done. And there's a lot of restaurant owners that are on this meeting, and we talked about how you got into owning a restaurant a little bit. And it's funny how many of us just kind of fell into it. Maybe you inherited it from a family member, or you were working there and the opportunity came up. But we all have something in common, and that's the entrepreneurial spirit and the life of a business owner. And it's not easy right now, right? With supply chain issues, not being able to get what you need, to sell to your customers. And customers, they're not the most understanding right now. They're frustrated just like we are, and the labor shortages and the increase in costs. I mean, there's a lot going on. So, one of the most important things is to be resilient as an entrepreneur. And I mean, over the long haul, that's one of the most important characteristics trait of an entrepreneur. How well you can take a punch, right? And we've gotten punched a lot in the past year. And how you can weather the storms of criticism, the storms of humiliation, and the storms of uncontrollable issues that you just don't have any control over. So it's very important in how you adapt and how you reinvent yourself. And I know a lot of you had to reinvent yourself, over the past year. Your businesses look a lot different than they did pre-COVID. But you want to cultivate that characteristics. And one way to do that is with the little stuff, right? The day-to-day is what I'm talking about. So many people, and I think this is the number one reason why entrepreneurs feel like they don't get anything done, because they get derailed. And it's easily to put in, lasting hours, 7 days a week. I mean, I used to do it when I owned my restaurant, and at the end of the day, you're just exhausted and you feel like you don't get anything done. That's because you're not diligent about your goals and what you're doing. You just feel like a fireman because you're running around putting out fires. And it's easy to compromise and sacrifice your agenda when this happens, especially right now. I'm obviously a big boxing fan, and I mean, the breeze from a missed punch can be devastating, and you don't want that to happen to you as an entrepreneur, because then you wonder why you don't get, a lot of stuff done or accomplished. It's, you got to be careful. You don't want to have a glass jaw. You want to be diligent. So 3 tips for you today for, your entrepreneurial life and getting more done, and one thing is the one thing. The one simple thing. Entrepreneurs, have to-do lists, like a page, and I mean, it's just full of things that you need to do. But what you need to do is focus on the things that are going to move the needle the quickest, the biggest, for you personally and for your business. And we talk about squirrel syndrome a lot, where you're pulled in all these different directions and you're pulled away from what you should be focusing on in your business. That's going to move that needle. That's going to, have the biggest impact on, like I said, your business and your personal life, be it sales, be it staff, that one thing that you should be focusing on. So that's the first thing. You want to pay attention to that one thing. You want to figure out what that one thing is. And the second thing is to be protective of your schedule and to be diligent about it, almost militaristic. And that's the way I've become. And that's what's changed my life and my business. Now, there's a bunch of different ways to do this, and I brought this up before. I'm an old-fashioned guy, right? I like to write things down, and this is called the Best Self Journal, and you can get it on Amazon. I think it's $30, and it lasts you 2-3 months. But it breaks down each and every day, and I find if I use this every day, it helps protect my schedule. It helps me move closer to my goals. Because if it ain't in here, it's going to derail me from what I'm doing or what I'm supposed to be doing as a boss, as an entrepreneur. So you want to get very protective of your schedule and very diligent about what you do every day of your life. This will help. You need a tool. You can use a computer, you can do it online, you can use Outlook, you can use Google Calendars. There's all different types of tools. Find what works for you and what's easy. That's what's going to help you. Now, the third thing is we all want a raise, right? So you being the boss, you can't exactly call up and go, hey, I'd like to have a meeting because I want to talk about my 6-month review and I'm looking for a raise. As a business owner and entrepreneur, you can't do that. There's 2 ways you can give yourself a raise as an entrepreneur, right? Number 1 is to raise your prices. And I find that most business owners are charging too cheap for their goods and services, especially right now. And you kind of got to pass when it comes to raising your prices because your customers know that everything is going up in cost because they see it. For a restaurant, they see it at the grocery store. For cars and auto, they know that the supply chain is tough right now and they can't get the supplies. So everybody knows that costs are going up. So it's your opportunity to give yourself a raise by raising your prices. The second way is to increase sales. And that, to me, is the most important thing you should be working on, is how to get more new customers, how to get your existing customers to come back more often and spend more money. So I'm going to give you an easy way for you to increase sales. And also, you need to be thinking about this ahead of time. And to me, this is what you should be focusing on most of your time on, is increasing sales. So I'm going to tell you about, I know you've heard about this because we've done a lot of marketing on it because that's what I focus on, but the number 1 promotion that we do for our clients all year long, the red envelope, no peeking promotion, which is one of the most successful promotions that I've ever seen, ever done as a business owner, entrepreneur myself, and as a supplier to the restaurant industry for this promotion. Simple red envelope, it's got a certificate inside. There's no peeking, it stays sealed. You hand it to your customers, so it's like 100% deliverability to your best customers. So you give them this in the month of December, they bring it back in January and they see what they won. There's a prize inside, a certificate with something from your business. It's simple, it works, and it'll give you a raise in the slowest month of the year for restaurants, typically, which is January. Thanks so much for watching. If you're interested in doing the red envelope, no peeking promotion, click the button below because all the bonuses, including free shipping, go away this Friday, October 22nd. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to making January the best year for your restaurant.